Hey guys, what's going on? Gravender here, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And the clouds opened up, and the angels came forth from Kabam and said, "Let there be updates." So we got patch 8.0.0 today. This is the Civil War update. And as you can see, starting off, I've got just some screenshots of the patch notes, because this is probably one of the bigger patches I have seen Kabam do, and it is absolutely insane. So we've got Civil War update, solo events, leaderboards, champion updates, performance improvements. So we got the summary. Join the Iron or fight for the Blue with new events, quests, champions, and special shards inspired by Marvel's Captain America Civil War. Pretty awesome. We'll get into that here in just a little bit inside the actual video. Solo events. Constantly evolving events that vary in length, requirements, and prizes. I actually kind of like the idea of solo events a little bit more than like alliance events, because you can do these at your own pace, do what you want. You don't have to worry about any kind of set requirements. This is all up to you. Compare statistics against other players and alliances with the new leaderboards. I am actually really excited about this one, because anytime that we ever do, and I'm hoping that this qualifies for like alliance quest and things of that nature. We'll see whenever we get down to it, but we never see a leaderboard. We get our scores, we get our placement. We don't ever get to see who's above us. It's not like the champion arenas where you can see, up to the top 200. You can see the people. It would be kind of nice to see where you place with other people, to me, but we've never been able to do that. So there's ways that you can, if people submit their scores on Reddit and they get uploaded that way, but a lot of people don't. Alliance War. View a breakdown for each champion's defender kills. That is absolutely awesome. You know that you have so many kills in an Alliance War, but you don't know which champion actually did it unless you're sitting there paying attention to everything that's going on. So you have to kind of guess at it, and you're like, oh, I got these kills. But it's nice to know which champions on which nodes actually got the kills. That way you can try to move people around to places that you would want to try different things. And view your opponent's offensive champion information during attack phase. I have looked at all this stuff already. We're going to get into it whenever I get into the actual video portion of the video. Right now we're just looking at screenshots of stuff Kabam has done, but it's really cool to be able to see how much health your opponent's champions actually have. So several champions have received updates and improvements. That's right. Some of these guys that made it onto the best of the worst episodes that I've done so far have probably got updates. One in particular that I was planning on doing probably wouldn't fall onto the best of the worst list anymore with these updates. Now, I'm not going to read over all of this stuff. I'm hoping you guys have had plenty of time to read through this in the time span that I've been talking, but I'm going to go ahead and give you just second more to look it over. I'm going to look it over, see if there's anything in here in particular that stands out to me. I mean, not really. The biggest thing about the solo events for me: gain solo crystal shards for a chance at awakening gems. Awakening gems is the big thing there. If we could get some 4-star awakening gems, that would be absolutely amazing. Signature stones, alpha catalyst, nah. Now, there's some of you guys out there, that's just for me. I have an abundance of alpha catalysts, so I don't really need more of them, but there are people out there who actually do need alpha catalysts and can't find ways of getting them. Here's your chance. Leaderboards. Compare hero rating, strongest team, alliance rating, and other statistics with other players and alliances. Filter your player statistics by global, regional, friends, and alliance members. I mean, we already kind of see who's in our alliance and who our friends are. You know, I don't know about that one. Now, the global and regional, sure. So let's move on to the next picture here. Alliance War improvements. I'm wondering exactly if these are going to be improvements. Kind of hoping that they are. Anytime they've ever done improvements before, they haven't exactly been improvements. They've been detriments to everyone that plays Alliance Wars. During war phase, you can now view the defender kills broken down by each champion. Okay, so that's not really that big of an improvement. You can also view your opponent's offensive champions during war phase. Okay. The number of battle groups selected is now displayed while matchmaking. War energy is now only visible during attack phase to reduce confusion, as it has no purpose during placement phase. War chat is now color coded, red for your opponents and green for you. I actually did like that. That kind of helps. Well, I mean, I liked it. But it's not like it's that big of a deal anyway, because you know who's in your alliance, or at least you should know who's in your alliance. So if you see a name that pops up, or you see a tag that pops up that isn't your tag, then, you know, whatever. Alliances can now be set to closed. This allows invites to be sent out from leaders and officers, but stops any unwanted incoming requests to join the alliance. If you got a full alliance, it doesn't matter anyway. I don't see how that has anything to do with Alliance Wars. That should be actually somewhere else, but I don't know. So I don't really see any Alliance War improvements here, to be honest. Champion updates, we'll get into that in a second. Fixed a couple issues with certain champions. Special 2 missing hits in a MM Special 2 combo. Winter Soldier, Iron Fist, Black Widow. Edited the text on Groot's info page to state his Special 2 is unblockable. Text change only. He already functions like this. Yeah, it's kind of pointless to point that out, but you know, whatever. Bug fixes. 400. Over 400. That just means they stopped counting at 400. Bugs have been fixed with this update. 26 crashes slash exceptions were fixed. You gotta be freaking kidding me. 400 bugs. Over 400 bugs. And 26 crashes slash exceptions. So, I mean, that's probably why people have been crashing during Alliance Quest. Maybe, you think? But we're not going to get anything out of this. I mean, 26 and 400 bugs, and we're still sinking money into this thing. Fixed a rare issue where boosts would expire early after following a specific user flow. So people weren't getting the full potential out of certain boosts. Don't know which ones, they didn't say. Fixed an error pop-up that appears when searching for Alliance Wars match if an officer leader recently canceled a search. Okay. Fixed a bug where rarely users would not receive the push notifications 2 hours before the defense and attack phase end in Alliance Wars. Fix a rare case where a player would be taken to their Alliance quest when trying to spectate an opponent in Alliance Wars. Now that was really, really irritating to me, because sometimes I like to go into the other Alliance, my other groups in the Alliance, and check and see what their progress is in Alliance Wars. And if Alliance Quest is going on, it would redirect you to Alliance Quest, their group. I like to look at that kind of stuff, as the leader of the Alliance. I like to see what their progress is, and I like to see how many people are dead on the opposing team. And it's just quicker to do it that way. But couldn't do it. Didn't work right. Found and addressed a rare issue where combat text, fury, bleed, regeneration, etc. would remain on screen and overlap each other while in combat. Okay. So memory crash and GPU frames per second improvement. Not really going to go into detail on that one. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a big update. And it's mostly big because of all the stuff we've covered here right now. But we'll get into the nitty gritty of it more here in just a minute as we look at these champion updates. And there's a lot of them. Hello everyone, it's time for another round of champion updates. This time we're focusing on updates to a few champions that have been requested and teased at in the past. Looking at you, Rhino. No kidding. That's one that should have been done a long time ago. As well as updating some abilities to help reinforce class relationships between champions. Hawkeye, increased attack and critical hit rate by 3%, reduced health and base armor by 3%. This change is a largely PI neutral change that is meant to make Hawkeye a slightly more offensive focused champion while reflecting his more fragile nature seen in the comics and films. The increase to attack will slightly increase Hawkeye's overall PI. Black Bolt, signature update. Combat tests Blackguard Boltigan's restraint. Each time he is struck by a critical hit, he has a chance to gain a permanent cruelty or fury buff, and each time he strikes with his own critical hits, he has a chance to gain a 6.5 second cruelty or fury buff. These effects increase critical damage or attack by 6 to 21.2%. I'm not going to go into details on it, but Electro, updated static shock. Opponents that make contact with you receive a static shock for X% of the damage they inflicted as energy damage. This damage is reduced for skill champions and amplified for mystics. So they kind of threw that one in there. So that's kind of neat. Electra armor break to generally be same trigger chance as bleed. Thought it was like that to begin with anyway. I had read that on her when I got her. So I don't know. Oh, this is a simple change that allows Electra's armor break chance to match her bleed chance when fighting champions that are naturally immune to bleed effects. So they weren't the same. Okay, that's nice to know. Rhino, increased the distance and knockback for specials 1 and 2. Rhino triggers his fury effect by using a medium attack to end an attack combo while his opponent is pinned against the wall. Impacts from Rhino's dash attacks have a chance to be unblockable. This chance decreases the bigger the opponent is. When playing against Rhino, watch for an unblockable cue as he begins his dash. That's when you know to get out of the way. While dashing, Rhino becomes unstoppable and shrugs off attacks during the dash. Updated base move set to better reflect Rhino's fighting. These are purely cosmetic changes to give Rhino a fighting style that fits his character better, such as using his horn during medium attacks. No attack timing or frame data has been altered. Signature abilities. These changes reinforce Rhino as a bulky science champion and provide new mechanics to refresh the tame playstyle Rhino exhibited prior. So, I'm really excited about that one. Doctor Strange. Normal attacks now properly deal energy damage. That's a bug fix. Magneto and Magneto Marvel now. Normal attacks now deal energy damage instead of physical. Spider-Gwen. Increased duration of evasion buff from 7 to 8.5 seconds. Increased chance to evade from 20% to 22%. I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal, but it's Colossus. Special 1 and 2 now tied to Colossus's armor level, like his special 3. Colossus's base armor up effect has been split into 2 effects, one for attacking, one for defending. That'll probably be harder to fight him. Iron Fist, new Chi strike ability. The Iron Fist delivers a powerful, disrupting the flow of energy and nullifying one cruelty, fury, and precision buff from his target. Okay, so he nullifies certain things now. Okay. Moon Knight, fix an issue where the evade ability was not triggering near the end of the new moon for certain ranks. Fix an issue with the stun ability was active near the beginning of the waning moon for certain ranks. Fix an issue where the fury ability was not triggering near the end of the new moon for certain ranks. Sounds like there was a lot of issues with Moon Knight. That whole phases of the moon thing was really kind of getting to them a little bit, I think, and they didn't know what to do. They did not know what to do, and it messed them up. But all right, so that's the notes. Now that we're almost 17 minutes into the video. Those are the notes. Let's get into the actual game itself now. So now the first thing that we see from this update whenever we're coming into the game is this probably one of the best opening screenshots. And I've got a screenshot set up here for you guys that I took of it whenever I was loading in, of what exactly the Civil War could look like in Contest of Champions. And I actually absolutely love this picture. I mean, we've got the big heads of Captain America and Iron Man, each on opposing sides. The battle world behind us in the background, I guess is what that is. Not really sure. Kind of just looks like a big old floating orb with the lightning bolt struck through it, because they have to be somewhere. And it looks like they're still stuck on Battle World, but I like to sit and think about who's going to fight who here. And to me, it looks like Moon Knight's going after Doctor Strange, and Scarlet Witch is going after Captain Marvel. Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen are definitely going to fight Deadpool, because it takes 2 spiders to kill a Deadpool, apparently. Thor and Jane Foster Thor going at it. Ant-Man's going to make his way over there to Yellow Jacket. We've got Groot going up against Drax. Daredevil against the Vision. Winter Soldier against Black Panther. Now that's one that I don't fully get, because it's the new Black Panther. You'd think they'd have the old Black Panther against the new Black Panther going on there with all the stuff they've got here. Wolverine against X-23. Hawkeye against Black Widow. X-Force Cyclops going up against 90s cartoon Cyclops. Hulk against Red Hulk, and probably the one I'm looking forward to the most really coming in here, aside from Crossbones, is the Falcon squaring off against War Machine. But I absolutely love this picture. I do. I absolutely love the picture. I think it's amazing, and it really got me excited to want to get into this. But let's get into the actual updates of things that we see in the game. So before we actually get into my profile, my main profile, I jumped over to my alternate account because I want you guys to see what you actually get brought into as soon as you update this and open up the game. I haven't opened up my alternate account yet, so this is the first thing I saw whenever I entered. Civil War. Whose side are you on? Now we have a countdown clock too. We got 15 days. We have been told that after 15 days, we will have the opportunity to switch sides. And then there will be another counter that's put up, and you can switch again. You have the opportunity to switch twice on factions in that time frame. Pick a side. compete in special Civil War content and earn faction-specific shards. Blue faction versus Iron faction. Blue faction, help Captain America free champions from the battle realm. Face the Iron faction in special quests and events and earn Liberty shards. Blue faction boosts plus 2.5% critical hit rate, and your opponents deal 10% less special damage. That's actually pretty good. Spend your Liberty shards on Liberty crystals for a chance at Blue faction champions. 3 tiers of Liberty crystals can be purchased with various amounts of Liberty shards. Iron faction, aid Iron Man in the fight for the battle realm supremacy. Face the Blue faction in special quests and events and earn initiative shards. Iron faction boost plus 10% critical hit damage, and your opponents gain 10% less power. So they both have pretty good benefits. I'm going to say that Captain America's kind of outweighs the Iron faction a little bit in my eyes. Spend your initiative shards on initiative crystals for a chance at Iron faction champions. 3 tiers of initiative crystals can be purchased with various amounts of initiative shards. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Liberty crystal looks like something I haven't ever seen before. But the initiative crystal looks just like the Hulkbuster crystal that we got in a previous video. Now, I have selected the Iron faction on my main account. So in the interest of being able to try and do both sides of this thing, I'm going to click on the Blue faction for this one. Confirmation. Are you sure you want to select this faction? You will be in the chosen faction until the next faction selection. The next faction selection starts in 15 days, 10 hours, and 11 minutes. Confirm. So then it updates everything here. Now I'm going to jump back over to my main account. Well, let's not. Here, let's look at this. Solo events have been added. Earn extra rewards by completing scheduled milestones and goals. So we're going to look here. Solo and Alliance events are special goals that are active for a set period of time. Achieve these goals to earn milestones and rank rewards. This actually looks pretty awesome for Alliance events. And this is exactly where the Alliance events have been moved to as well. So that's something neat for you guys to see and get to know. Solo events. 22-hour Civil War event. Civil War level up. So we got to level up champions to do that one. But that's down here in the little right hand corner. That's where the events have been moved to. As you can see here, there are no events on this anymore. And you can also see there's no one else in my alliance over here either. Everybody left. Kind of just fell apart. But now, it is what it is. So, all by my lonesome. But it's not bad. It's pretty awesome. And the backgrounds and everything else changed. This is completely different looking from the Iron Man side. And we'll get a look at that here in just a second. Different trims, different color. I actually like the Iron Man trims a little bit better. You actually get this in the champions as well. And yeah, I do kind of like the Iron Man one better. We'll check those out here in just a second though. This is what it looks like on this side. And now we're going to head on over to the other side. Okay, so here we are on the main account. As you can see up at the top there, I do not have a little shield with a star in it as my icon on this side. I actually went initially with the Iron faction because let's just be honest, if you read the comics and you were into them, which I absolutely love the Civil War series when it came out, Iron Man won, and he didn't win just by a little bit. Captain America broke down and cried, took off his mask, and stated that they were wrong. So, I don't know. It's just one of those times in comics for me that was really kind of nice. Kind of funny. But as you can see in the background here, this is what the Iron Factions side looks back for their background. So we do have two totally different backgrounds. Everything is the same as far as getting a look at this stuff. There is a little bit of a different trim on your rewards. The other one had the blue color trim on them. Champions look different now, that the top portion clicky things, those look different. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like this red and gold trim to the bottom of Champions more than I do the Star Spangled ones on the other side. I don't know, I guess I'm biased. But so we have in this update a new picture on our event quests, because there is a new event quest and I am currently in a mission, so I can't look at it. So I want to have to exit this real quick, which is okay. I mean, it's just a tier 2 science catalyst event, so you know, it is what it is. We've lost some points there, but first off, we have 15 days and 10 minutes, or 15 days and 10 hours rather, on these faction specific events, and they are exactly the same rewards. This is such an awesome update too on this right here. New viewable portions for view rewards, and it's the same. Well, it's not the same on this one. They didn't update that one. Maybe it's just going to be for the new ones going forward. We'll just say that. But this is absolutely awesome if this is what they're going with. I like it. You can actually look at beginner, normal. You get a 3-star war machine for completing normal on this. The heroic rewards are the same as any other ones, but you actually get initiative crystal shards instead of... Let's see. Do we get any shards? No, they just added to it. Okay, so you get everything that you did previously, but they add the shards on there. Sweet. Now, on the Captain America side, you get to go for a 3-star Ant-Man. And little girly pink and blue crystals. So I can't help it. It's too easy. Daily quest Iron Faction mission. This is kind of like your daily proving grounds, but this gives off the chance to get initiative crystal shards. I've already done some of it. One run through, you get tier 3 basic catalyst fragments. The exploration, you get 250 initiative crystal shards. One tier 3 basic. So this is just another way if you are having trouble, because it's specific to each one of these down here too, just exactly like Proving Ground is. If you're having trouble getting a hold of the tier 3s that you need, this is another way you can get tier 3s. If you're having trouble getting tier 2s, that's another way to get tier 2s. And they only cost 1 tile per move. It's not like hard mode on the tier 3 basic where it costs 2. These only cost 1, and they're kind of fun. I've done some. We're actually going to get into some of the hard mode on that in some videos, because in one of the fights I had Crossbone pop up, so I'm going to be ready to record because I want to get Crossbones on a video, and I'm hoping that we'll actually get to see the new Black Panther in there as well, and maybe Falcon. Who knows? I don't know what they've got stuck in there, but there's just some new stuff here in the missions. Let's get into the Alliance War updates. So let's check this out. So now everything here just got little new trims to it. History, nothing really. Let's continue the war. Let's go in here. We are done. Didn't even get a chance to fight him. That's awful. I was kind of hoping to get a chance to fight their Colossus. I wonder how many kills we took. How many kills they got. Not a single one. Awesome, guys. That is spectacular. Did anybody use any items? No. That makes me happy. I am a happy camper right now because of the fact that we did not take any losses whatsoever in this. But you can see down here in the bottom right hand corner, this stuff has not changed any at all. We still have all this right here. But now we're going to go to view the base. This was one of the updates that they had mentioned, and this is actually really cool to me. And the loading screen as well, as you can see there, they're different on both sides. You'll get a Captain America themed one on the other side, and they still haven't taken down Cyclops. So we get to see here their champions. So we see that this guy has actually lost 2 champions, one down here, so you get a pretty good look of it. You can actually see their health. You couldn't do that before, so I like that. And whoa, one of my guys got a kill. Who got a kill? This you can see now. My Colossus got a kill. My 2-star Colossus got a kill. A 2-star. And up here you can see that Cyclops has got 5. I love this. Being able to see which champions work the best on which nodes. Colossus on node 40, even as a 2-star, gets kills. Let's see here. What else we got here? Storm on node 44 as a 2-star even gets kills. Gets 2 of them actually. And a unstoppable Colossus on 49 can get a defensive kill. So that's really neat. I like that. I like that portion of it, and it's a really cool update for me. This whole update is absolutely amazing. I think we've pretty much covered just about everything other than like the champions that were revamped and things like that, but that would make this video absolutely tremendously long as it is right now. We're almost at 32 minutes, or we're past the 32-minute mark, going on 33. But I really like these new changes. I like the update. I'm looking forward to what they're going to bring more into the game with Civil War as it prolongs, and see what kind of stuff we get out of the solo events and things of that nature. But I think that's a pretty good little update on the updates that we have. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.